Disappointed. That's one word that could describe Camacho-Quinn in Rio at the 2016 Olympics, as she knelt face first on the track, knowing she missed a spot in the women's 100-meter hurdles. The 20-year-old Puerto Rican was going well in her semifinal race, but then stumbled on the 8th and 9th hurdles, which almost took her to the ground. As a result, she was disqualified, and despite a great showing, the young American-born Puerto Rican had to make the journey back home disappointed. 5 years later, after a few dismal seasons as a professional athlete, she was back, and ready to once again make her charge at being the best sprint hurdler in the world. The journey all began in South Carolina, where she took on some of the top collegiates at the Gamecock Invitational. As expected, she made light work of her competition, leaving there on top, and as the only one to break 13 seconds, running 12.53 to win the final. Mind you, that time was aided by a plus 3.1 wind, but nevertheless, she was in good condition. 7 days later at the Tom Jones Memorial, she faced Tiffany Porter, interestingly, one of the finalists from 2016. Defeating her in 12.32 seconds sent quite a message, because this was equally the 8th fastest time in history and a brand new personal best. A historic win such as that gave her momentum going into the USA Grand Prix, where she took on a top field with the likes of current 400-meter hurdles world record holder Sydney McLaughlin and Commonwealth champ Toby Amusan. In a relatively strong field such as that, she made light work of them, winning in 12.46, another super quick time. She left the USA circuit to dominate the European one, winning every single meet, from the FBK Games in Netherlands to the Gulai Istvan Memorial in Hungary. She was destructive in Europe, only failing to take down a single meeting record of her 3 races in Europe. This meeting record was at the Gulai Istvan Memorial, 12.28 seconds, owned by Kendra Harrison. And as tough as this meeting record was to beat, Kenny Harrison herself was looking even more invincible as the 2 women looked to face off at the Olympics. Coming into the games, Harrison, like Camacho-Quinn, was unbeaten over the 100-meter hurdles for the entire year, so both these women were in great shape, and both, interestingly, were hungrier than ever, looking for redemption. Jasmine monitored her way through the heats, and this time in the semifinal, where the world came crashing down 5 years ago, she came through to run the fastest time in Olympic history, clocking 12.26 seconds in the last semifinal, breaking Sally Pearson's Olympic record of 12.35. This was truly a special moment, an incredible comeback on the biggest stage. A run like that meant she went into the final as favorite, especially after the world record holder Kenny Harrison was beaten in the semifinal. The question was now, can she manage to get a clean race and come out victorious? The answer to that is in the history books, as she ran from her challengers to win the Olympic title in 12.37 seconds, truly cementing what was one of the greatest comeback from disappointments in athletics. The journey might have lasted 5 years, but to become the first Puerto Rican to win the event and to own the Olympic record made it worth all the wait. So with such a performance, and still in prime form, Jasmine isn't finished yet. Given the world record and a world title is still there to be taken, you can expect more incredible performances from her in the future.